Hey y'all, I'm here at the shops at Legacy in Plano, which is awesome because people are walking by, and if I see someone, I'm going to grab them. Today I'm talking about 3 things that keep me positive. I am sharing that because a lot of people ask me all the time, what is it that keeps me being such a positive person? So I'll tell you that it's not that I don't go through challenges. I do, like the rest of you. I have my challenges as well. It's just a matter of how I overcome them. So I wanted to give you that positive message to share today. But here's the deal. We all experience things differently, and it might be that this is a great message for you, and these 3 things might help you. They might be things you're already doing. I don't know. They might be things that aren't really for you. So I just want to share what they are, and also so that you know a little bit more about me and my life experiences and a couple of the hardships that I've had to overcome. I will tell you I'm super blessed. No complaints whatsoever about my life. But there has been some challenges. I would say one of the challenges that I had that was a major challenge for me in really feeling like could I be positive again in my life was the death of my father. That was 5 years ago. It was May 5th, 2011. My dad passed away from E. coli. It was a horrible thing. He was here one day and gone the next, and I didn't get to say goodbye to him. And it made me feel like in the mornings when I would think about getting out of bed, could I even do it? Could I even put one foot out of bed? And maybe some of you are going through some issues right now that are similar, or makes you feel like that, like you're stuck in the mud. You don't know what to do about it. So I had a choice, and so do you. You can either push through and actually learn from it and become a better person, or you can stay stuck where you are. And unfortunately, what I see when a lot of people ask me why or how I move forward, to me that question really means that they're getting stuck where they are. And it's painful for me to see that, because I know that you can stay positive. So how do I do that? How do I make that choice when something bad happens, like losing my dad, for example, dramatically, fast, overnight, gone. So these are the 3 things I'm going to share with you. I was asking my daughter this morning. She's 12. I asked her while I was making her breakfast. I said, Victoria, what would you do? Like, what would you recommend that people do in order to stay positive? And this is one of those mommy moments. If you're a parent, you'll totally understand what I'm saying, because she came up with one of the reasons, the ways that I stay positive, which means that somehow I was rubbing off on her, which brings me to another point, and I'm going to get to what she said in a second here. But it brings me to another point, which is you need to surround yourself with positive people. So that isn't even one of my keys to staying positive. It's super important. For me, it's just a given. If you're going to bring negativity to my life, I really have to reevaluate my relationship with you. So I do unfriend people from time to time on Facebook when I just feel like it's getting out of hand. There's too much negativity. This person is being so overly negative that it's affecting me. And you know who those people are, and you've got them. And some of them are your friends and family. We might call them dream stealers. We might just say they're giving us a lot of negative energy. So you surround yourself with positive people, and then they rub off on you, that positive energy, that, wow, I just feel good when I'm around that person. They give me a lot of nuggets, some things to think about and take with them. So it made me feel good. Sorry, I'm cutting in and out here. It made me feel good that my daughter got that as a role model from me. So let me jump into the 3 things. In saying that, surrounding yourself with good people, and again, I'm going to get to what hers was in a second. My person that has been there for me my entire life and pushes me to, pick myself up and move on and get a grip. And she's my reality check. And she's the most positive person that reminds me, she's my biggest fan, and she reminds me I can do anything I want to do, is my mom. And she's been there for me, pushing me like that. Even last night, she said to me, there's something amazing right around the corner for you. And you know what? I believe it. I believe it with my heart of hearts. And you need to too. You need people in your life like that really challenge you and push you in a positive way. So number one is, surround yourself with those positive people, but also you definitely want to follow my daughter's advice, which is number two, always know that it could be worse. Things could always be worse. That's a no-brainer, but it's really hard when you're in the moment to think of those things. So the second thing you need to know about me, one of my hardships, a lot of you already know this, but I broke my jaw a year ago. I was riding my bike. I was 2 blocks from my house. It was classic. This car pulled in front of me and slammed on its brakes at a yellow light, and I had absolutely nowhere to go. And I slammed on my handbrakes. I went over my handlebars. I was hoping a YouTube video would surface by this point on this. But I went over my handlebars and I landed on my chin. I had a huge gash on my chin, and I smashed my jaw in 10 places and dislocated it. Now in that moment, it's funny because you would think that it was the worst moment possible. It was horrific, traumatic, had a lot of nightmares about it since then. But what I thought in that moment, as I stood up and I'm absolutely covered in blood, was, thank God I can stand up. I didn't get hurt that bad. Things could always be worse. People ask me nowadays how I'm doing with my jaw. I'm glad you asked. Obviously I have the braces. It's to help to form a bite. It was about 14 months that I wasn't able to eat salads, which I love. They're my favorite. This was really hard for me, so you could have easily a pity party over that. But I just decided, you know what? There's things, like I said, could always be worse. I have a beautiful, precious, angel soul 15-year-old cousin who is battling leukemia for the 2nd time. Nobody should have to go through that once, and she's doing it twice. And you know what? Things could always be worse for every single one of us. So when I get down, I think of the strength that other people have in places that I can't even imagine being. So this jaw is, dislocated. It probably always will be until I get to they said about 65 or 70 when I can get a prosthetic joint there, because they don't last very long. So I could be sad about that. I broke a ligament here that actually attaches my jaw. The jaw's all crooked and it just won't heal. It's not going to heal. It hurts. It hurts when I talk a lot. It hurts when I chew, but guess what? I have a friend who last week celebrated her 25th wedding anniversary, Lisa, and she died on Monday, I believe, or Sunday night. So, she was 48 years old. So, am I going to complain about my jaw hurting? Then, absolutely. I have way bigger things to be concerned with than something like that. So I think it can always be worse. That's number 2. Number 3 way that I stay positive is and this is super important, I would say it's absolutely the most important thing, is to have faith. If you don't have faith, and you know what, it doesn't even matter if you pray to the same God that I do, or you're 20 gods, or you believe in the universe sending you good things. It's super important to have faith. If you don't have faith, then I don't actually know what kind of advice I could give to you for getting through the hard times. Your faith will carry you through because you know in your heart of hearts that no matter what happens, no matter how bad things will get, it will get better. And God has a plan. Again, whether you believe in my God or another one, there is a plan, and there's a higher power that has a plan. You've got to take that through with you, if nothing else. That's my biggest message to you today. So tomorrow on my North Dallas nutrition page, so I hope you'll go and like that page, because tomorrow I'm going to be on there. There's lots of people want to know burning questions about nutrition. So here's the deal. One of my favorite topics to talk about is travel nutrition. So how do you, and I just talked about it 5 minutes ago with the client, how do you remain healthy when you're traveling? How do you remain in the zone? Obviously, yes, we can indulge, we can have fun, especially if it's vacation, but there are ways to stay healthy, and there's some huge pitfalls out there that you can run into traveling in airports. There's just not a lot of options sometimes. So I'm going to teach you what you can do in order to keep a travel bag. So a travel nutrition bag. So definitely tune in tomorrow. Not sure what time, probably in the afternoon around the same time. And I will talk with you about your travel nutrition. I hope this was helpful today, even just as a reminder, stay positive. You really affect the people around you, and you never know who's watching, and you never know who can really, really use your positive message. I love you guys. Have a great day. Mwah.